Hello, team. This is your coach coming at you again with a quick update on a couple of things, a couple of changes that you might have seen on the site. I have been busy coding of late, so figured I'd explain some of these dashed lines and things that are popping up. The first change that you might have noticed is on the performance management chart. We've got these dashed lines now coming off of your CTL and TSB lines, and what they are is a projection of where CTL and TSB are headed, assuming that all of the load is completed as planned from here on out. So really useful stuff there, particularly on the TSB side of things, because we can see just how deep the hole is going to be if we continue along this plan with the load, and we can adjust the load accordingly to make sure that we don't go too deep and don't exceed levels that you've been able to do in the past. The second chart that you might have noticed is the VO2 score chart, and this basically shows how your power to heart rate and pace to heart rate numbers converted into that VO2 score are changing over the season. And we've got this the kind of wiggly blue line here is the actual day-to-day numbers. The dark blue line is a rolling average of those numbers, or a modeled average of those numbers. And then the red line is the goal numbers as they were at the start of the season. So you can see how that's tracking towards the goal. And again, we have this projection as well that'll show you where things are headed, assuming we get all of the load done from here on out. And finally, the 7-day average of that chart is really useful. You can see this light blue line here. If we smooth that spiky chart out to a 7-day average, you can see it starts to roll into cycles, which show periods where your power to heart rate numbers are above the average and periods where they're below the average. And this is really useful from an overtraining perspective. We can, if you're under the average for a long period of time, then we can make some adjustments to the plan. So all good stuff. Hopefully you find it useful, and I will check in with you again soon. Thanks, guys.